What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Vanguard D-Nice, and I'm back at another video featuring Phil. Now this time, instead of talking about, let's say, his gameplay, whatever, I'm kind of curious, what did Phil do on his day off? Let's find out.
In this segment, I will tell you about what I did yesterday during my day off from streaming. Or was it?
What the hell does that look, Phil? Why you look like you're about to do some evil, naughty things, Phil? That is not a good look, Phil. Look, come on, Phil. Let's move on. What did you do on your day off?
Let's talk about that. All right. So yesterday was my day off from streaming. And unlike last week where I had a very busy week, full of tons of things that I needed to do, and then my wife and I had appointments, we were going out.
Okay, what was those appointments, Phil? You gonna tell us that, or you just gonna say disappointments and keep it moving? Which is it?
I did have one appointment, but it was a minor one. And outside of that, I had a lot of errands and things to run. All right? So it wasn't a crazy day where we had to be out all day and stuff like that. So I did all my usual errands. I went grocery shopping. Oh, by the way, this was...
Yeah, when you went grocery shopping this time, did you thought about getting some real wholesome foods, such as some real greens, fruits, some fish? Fish actually should be good for you. Get salmon on the stuff, some chicken, turkey. Your boy Vanguard's not too fan of a turkey, but that should help you out there. I know for a fact you got gout, so you got to stay away from any mostly red meat, so I'm guessing you really can't have any beef. I don't think you can have lamb. I think veal you got to kind of stay away from. I'm not too sure about that. But as far as I know, Phil, how about you just stick with just chicken and fish? You should be just fine with that.
It's a really unfortunate week, you see, because unlike...
What was so unfortunate about this week, Phil? I'm curious. I'm very curious.
Like last week, where I went grocery shopping. This week when I went grocery shopping, just listen to this, I went grocery shopping with the entire chorus line of the Radio City Rockettes. You know, the New York City...
Oh, goodness. I got a strong feeling that he's going to exaggerate this story somehow.
You know, the big musical show they do every year. I was there with the entire chorus, and we were in arm in arm, and we were walking through the supermarket together, and we were doing the can-can kicks. So dun, 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 dun.
Phil, you look like an idiot doing that.
Dun, 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 dun. But no one was there to see me for some reason. I don't know. I was a little
Thank goodness, nobody wants to see a jackass dance around the foods market.
disappointed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because there's idiots on the internet who claim that they're stalking me and saying dumb shit about me every week. It's complete bullshit.
Phil, two things. Number one, we don't stalk you. I don't stalk you. Matter of fact, you live all the way on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast, Phil. And even let's say we were to live in the same coast, I would have zero interest trying to find you whatsoever. And two, the only time we talk about you is when you do dumb shit like this, or when you shit post on Twitter. That's the only time we talk to you. Phil, if you actually literally unplug from the internet, you would have nothing to talk about you.
But you know, nonsensical stuff like that. Anyway, I did my usual stuff. I grocery shopped. I ran some errands, got some pet supplies, stuff like that. Nothing too major or anything like that. Actually, my wife and I did a bunch of cleaning in the house yesterday. There was a few things.
Really? Did you ever thought about cleaning that nasty ass office of yours with all the dirt, dust, and everything? All the crap all over the place? Did you ever think about cleaning all that stuff? Because it still looks a mess.
We wanted to get done and clean up a little bit, and we did. It was a more relaxed day for sure, which was nice. So when we decided to order food, we didn't know what we wanted to get. And basically, my wife's like, let's do something different. Okay, let's just order from somewhere we never tried before. So she's looking and she's like, what about this place? It's supposed to be like a Szechuan Chinese place that we've never ordered from before. Okay, so I ordered, it was supposed to be black.
Phil, I got a curious question for you. Before y'all looked at this restaurant, did y'all happen to look it up, look at the reviews, the ratings, see how good it is? Did you at least do that before you did it? Because some restaurants, they may look good, but the ratings review says otherwise, then you just ordered and wasted money for nothing.
Black bean pepper chicken or something like that. And she ordered like cashew chicken. And we also ordered an appetizer that's supposed to be like, I forget what it's called, but I guess it's supposed to be a traditional Chinese dish where it's like pancakes or potato pancakes with green onion in them, and they cut it up into like fours, and so you dip it in like soy sauce. It's like an appetizer. Okay, so we order this, right? So the food shows up, and the first thing we notice is that the food has dripped and seeped into the bag.
Okay, then the question is, did they use styrofoam and secure it using a stapler, or did they use a plastic container that actually secure it? Because either way, you should be fine. But I got a strong feeling that over there on the West Coast, they still do things a little old school. So I'm guessing they must use a styrofoam and then probably secure it. And that's how the sauce got all over the place, Phil.
Bag is full of sauce. So immediately when you get delivery and you see that, you know that this place sucks. Seriously, like that's the first indication. If they don't even know.
No, Phil, how to probably know a place sucks is look at the reviews, the ratings. Matter of fact, a little app called Yelp would do you wonders, or Google it. That way you can find out how good or how bad the restaurant is.
How to package their food, that it doesn't create a giant mess situation on the way to be delivered. They obviously don't know what they're doing, and they're not a very good restaurant, right? So we get the food out, and mine is the one that leaked everywhere. So I gotta put down like freaking paper towels all over our table so it doesn't go all over the place.
Phil, what you should have done is actually put it in the sink so that way the sauce can go in there and not all over the place. Even though it's in the bag, you gotta remember you have a plastic bag and there's possibly a hole in it.
So we put the containers down. So the first thing we notice is that the appetizer is in this tiny little container like this, and we're like, that's supposed to be like a full-size appetizer for multiple people. We open it up.
Phil, when you order the appetizer, did they have the option for a small appetizer or a big one? Because if they did have that option, then more than likely you got the small appetizer, Phil.
And it's like the most skimpy thing you've ever seen. First of all, you think, oh, potato pancakes with scallion or green onion will be crispy. They are completely rubbery and soggy.
Phil, for that to happen two ways. One, yes, if it's been overcooked, but the other way is if those green onions and scallions have been there for weeks, that's how it can be rubbery, mushy, and all this other stuff, Phil.
You can tell these were probably made earlier in the day in a big batch, and they probably just threw them in a microwave, okay? Taste one, completely gross flavor. You cannot taste green onion at all. All you taste is a weird dough flavor.
Okay, then more likely, Phil, these scallions were very old, and more likely the reason you taste the dough flavor is just because you're tasting the breading. That's the problem, Phil.
And it tastes very odd, like there's some preservative or something in there. It just tastes really, really weird.
Because it's a fast food, Phil. That's the problem. Fast food. They're going to have a preservative in there to have the food look and smell fresh, but really it's not. It was old, Phil.
So immediately we're like, well, that's a complete waste of money. They taste disgusting. We're not going to eat those, right? And by the way, it's tiny. It's like really small little things. The picture they show when you're ordering makes it look like it's giant wedges. It's not. They're tiny. They're like.
That's called presentation, Phil. They did that way to make it look appealing so people could buy it. All restaurants do that, Phil. Whenever you get your food, it's not like it is in the picture. For example, when it comes to McDonald's with their Big Mac, all looks nice in size and big, all that stuff. As soon as you get it, it's nothing compared to what it is in the advertisement, Phil. They all do that. All fast food restaurants do that. Okay, and remember, you ordered from a fast food restaurant, Phil.
Like this small little wedges. Like, what the hell is this? So it's complete junk, okay? Then we try to eat our main courses. It's the most bland food we've eaten in years. Seriously, this thing is devoid of flavor.
Yeah, because all the flavor was on the sauce. Remember, you said the sauce was out of the bag, so that tells you right there the type of container it had was styrofoam.
All you can taste is a little bit of salt, and that's about it. My wife had cashew chicken. That's supposed to have a savoriness mixed with a sweetness. All you can taste is salt. Mine is supposed to be this black bean and pepper chicken. There is no pepper flavor whatsoever. There's no bean flavor whatsoever.
Yeah, again, it was all the flavor was in the sauce. It fell out of the container, Phil. You said it yourself. Move on.
it's just the same exact sauce that was in my wife's food. It's not good at all. The only flavor you can taste, like you taste a little bit of onion and
I am not even gonna repeat myself after that. He should know by now.
a little bit of pepper because there's green and red peppers in there. The chicken is completely flavorless and bland, and it's just gross. And like, wow, what a disappointment that we decided to order out, for our day off and just try something different. Not one of our tried and true places that we would get, and it's just.
You should have done that from the start, Phil. Go to your go places. At least that way you know the food's gonna be good or decent. You tried some place, you didn't bother to do no research, no look at the review or the ratings or anything. You just saw the food and thought the food was, the food's gonna look good. You shoulda looked at the ratings and the reviews, Phil. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself for this, okay?
Horrible place. And the thing is, out here, all right, there's a lot of Asian food, but mostly it's Japanese, including sushi, teriyaki, as well as dim sum. There's a lot of Vietnamese food, like pho.
Yeah, we get it. There's different variety of Asian foods, Phil. Move on, get to your damn point.
Places and other stuff. Or actually it's pho, right? You pronounce it pho places and stuff like that. There's Thai food. There's so many cuisines that are Asian cuisines. Indian food is huge out here too. But there's not a lot of Chinese food. And I think that's why, I guess there's not much of a Chinese population out here.
And how would you know that, Phil? Did you do any research on that? Did you do any whatsoever? Because you list all those other types of restaurants and food stuff, but how would you know there's not enough Chinese restaurants over there in Renton?
So it's everything but Chinese. We go for a Chinese meal, and it's
Yeah. I know what you're doing. You just look to see either A, you was getting a tip, or is somebody acting up so you can ban them.
absolutely terrible. It was really, really bad. We were very disappointed, and we didn't even eat that much of it because it didn't taste good. It was a complete ripoff, and we'll never order from there again.
Yes, this is some good water. This water tastes so good. Can I add some gin to it? Anybody some tips here? Hey, them tips. Tips.
So, after that, basically my wife wanted to play some Starfield. It's our day off. It's the game she's been playing now for almost 2 weeks. She loves.
Alright, I'm actually gonna rip into this a little bit. Your wife loves Starfield that much? She really does, Phil? Or are you grooming her to just pretty much play any game so that way you have any excuse just to stay home so you can get more money out of your dents, Phil? Because if I remember this correctly, a couple of days ago on your wife's birthday, you streamed. You pretty much came with this, pretty much said the very next day that, not the very next day, but the day after that, we went out for a little bit, but she wanted to just stay home to play Starfield all day on her birthday. I call bullshit on that, Phil. You've been grooming your wife to stay in, so that way she'd be more of an introvert instead of being herself, not going out there socializing stuff, just because you don't want to, Phil. And if my memory serves me correct, back in April, didn't you still tell your wife you want to celebrate your birthday for a full week? When it comes to her birthday, she gets 1 day. That's it, just 1 day. You didn't even have the common courtesy to let her celebrate her birthday for the entire week. You didn't say, honey, instead of playing Starfield, let's go someplace. Let's go to a very nice, fancy restaurant. Let's go out to the park or the beach or something. No, you still there to play Starfield. She plays Starfield. And you know who I blame? You, Phil. Because you care only about you and only you. You don't give a damn about nobody else. You don't give a damn about Jasper, especially for his blood work. You didn't give a damn about your wife's having a beautiful honeymoon because you forced your mother to pay for your taxes, and you should have been done that. Not only that, when Panda Lee was there, you woke up when she was very sick, so that way she could fix you some food. You could have easily looked on YouTube to make meatloaf or spaghetti or whatever. Phil, you are nothing more than a selfish prick.
Love Starfield, although admittedly she doesn't like all of it. She really doesn't like the space combat. Even having an improved ship, she has a much better ship than I do, she still doesn't like the space combat. She has all these abilities to disarm and disable ships and stuff, and
yeah, it's called, I forget the name of the damn thing, but pretty much it's a certain system where you can go in and target each specific system to disable the ship. Okay, Phil?
Doesn't like it either. She's like, nah. And there's other things, like her game has crashed. I think she started counting at least 10 times.
Because, Phil, you're playing Starfield on consoles. Remember, the power of the console is weaker compared to the PC. Had you gotten yourself a decent PC, you'd be able to play Starfield at 60 frames per second and wouldn't come into so many of these bugs. You'll still get your occasional bugs, so yes, it's a Bethesda game, but again, you got Starfield on console.
Since she was playing, and it keeps making her lose progress. Now, like, this, I know it sucks that Bethesda in this day, they're still pumping out new games that aren't polished at all. She keeps coming
That's how Bethesda is. A lot of the games are very buggy, but here's something that Bethesda does that other companies don't do. They encourage modders to mod the game.
Against game bugs and game crashes, and that's driving her nuts. She still loves the game. She's way ahead of me. She's completed multiple faction quest lines and everything. So when she plays,
And guess what? That means you know what to do, so that way you don't encounter any problems. But yet somehow, Phil, you can't retain memory. Somehow or another, you forget and do the same problems and have a hard time with a certain mission or whatever.
I watch, I'm completely spoiled, okay? So she's like, you know, I just want to play for a little bit. And I said, all right, well, I mean, I could go upstairs and, like, take a nap.
If you didn't want to get spoiled, why was you down in the first place to watch it? You could have easily said, hey, hon, if you're going to play Starfield, I'm going to go in a different area so I don't be spoiled.
But, I mean, maybe I'll do something productive. And I was thinking in my head, man, I really didn't get a good session in of Lily yesterday in Street Fighter 6. It was disappointing. Maybe I'll just...
Ladies and gentlemen, let that sink in. Instead of just going upstairs to take a nap, he was just thinking about Street Fighter. Phil, first of all, didn't you say you was gonna put Street Fighter on the shelf for a little bit until the next DLC? And secondly, and this is what I think, you want to bring it back for that and hoping that you'll get more tips, aka money. But that's not gonna be the case, Phil. Guess what? That game is starting to fall off. People have more interest in Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter came out back in the summertime. It's now September. The summertime's just about over, Phil. Did you ever think about that?
Just do another random session of Lily because I know that I'm not going to be playing Street Fighter at least for another week or 2 weeks. I don't know yet. You know, maybe I should.
Hear what he said. He don't know yet. So in other words, he's going to try to sneak it in. If hopefully he'll get more tips.
Just play some Street Fighter. So my wife's like, yeah, go ahead. She's like, you know, take a couple of hours. It'll only be a couple of hours, and then after that, we'll relax together. After we'll watch some TV or whatever. All right, fine. So that's what we did. So I came up here and I did an impromptu stream of Street Fighter 6 last night, which blew everyone away. Everyone was like, oh my god, I can't believe...
Yeah, that blew me away, especially when we got a perfect KO 4 times in a row.
Phil is streaming on his day off. He never does this. So it ended up being very fun. And in fact, get this, it was one of my better sessions with Lily, even though I was at...
Nah, we're not gonna continue that. He's just gonna talk about the gloatiness of how he did in Street Fighter. He got his ass handed to it once again in Street Fighter. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is who Phil is. A narcissist, not just a narcissist prick, not just that, but a selfish asshole. A complete asshole. Don't care about his wife, don't care about his family, don't care about Jasper. And speaking of Jasper, I hope either Pete or somebody else takes that cat away from you and give Jasper a better home. And hopefully ban your ass from having any pets in the future. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm going to pretty much take time to cool off because this one got your boy a little heated. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.